Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hello. Woo-hoo-hoo. 1974 Plymouth Road Runner. All right, this is episode number 75 of Cars, Shops, and Collections, and we're at Howard's house. He's got a garage behind his house. He's got a 1987 Dodge Ram Charger waiting for us. I think we should drive back instead of walking back. That's a bigger bang if we drive back, right? Let's drive back. All right, hop in. This is cool. He's got a shop back here. He does all his work on his cars, too. This is nice. There's Howard. I don't see a Ram Charger anywhere. Howard. How's it going? Nice to meet you. That's me. Pleasure, nice to meet you. Thanks for having us. It's nice to meet you. It's my photographer, Gene.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Well, we always get nervous when I pull in. I'm like, I hope I'm at the right house. I hope I'm at the right house.
Yeah.
We are, though.
You are, you're at the right place.
Where is that? Is it back here?
The cars?
Yeah.
They're all in here.
Hi, my name's Howard, and today we're going to look at my 1987 Ram Charger.
All right, Howard, what I've discovered after doing 75 episodes is when I meet a car guy, a car gal, and they have one, they usually have more than one in their collection, which is what you have in your garage right now. You got more than one in this garage.
There's a couple in here.
There's a couple in here. We came here to see the 87 Dodge Ram Charger. Let's go inside and see what you got.
Come on in.
Whoa! All right, here is the Ram Charger. Suburban, Plymouth Suburban?
51 Suburban.
Suburban? 56?
56 Cadillac.
It's Cadillac. And, okay, look at this, everyone. What looks like a 1974 Plymouth Road Runner, but there's a surprise to that. Anyone watching right now can figure out what the surprise is about that? Take a close look. So, Howard, what's the surprise with your Road Runner?
Well, it's not actually a Road Runner, it's a Satellite, 74 Satellite. But the Satellite's kind of a mom and pop kind of looking car. You know, the Road Runner is way sportier looking, so we decided to put the Road Runner hood on it, which basically is the only difference, a stripe in the hood in 74. So we went out and actually bought another Road Runner just to get the hood.
Oh, you did?
And we put the hood on it and swapped them out, and then I sold the other car.
Then you sold the actual Road Runner?
Yeah, I sold the actual Road Runner.
But here's the thing, though. If you look at this, no one's gonna know it was a Satellite.
Nobody would know.
No one's gonna know. I was looking at some of the pictures of this, and you found this thing. This was white.
It was white.
It was ratty. I remember.
It was rough.
The interior looked like someone put it through a paper shredder.
Yeah, well, as you know in Vegas, the sun eats things alive.
We'll have to put those photos on what this thing looked like before, because this thing is, wow, it looks great.
Well, thanks. Yeah, we decided to go black. I went to SEMA, and the first year this color came out, and they had it on a display car there, and I'd been racking my brain to come up with a color, and I saw this, and that was before anybody was doing the satins and the flats kind of look, and I said, I got to do it. That's the color with the corresponding gloss stripe.
It looks great. The color looks great. Where did you have it painted? Here in town?
Yeah, the guy painted it in town here, and did a great job on it for me. And the interesting thing with this car is, I don't believe it's ever been out of Vegas. Once I got it home after I bought it, I opened up the glove compartment and the paperwork was in there from the lady that bought it at Las Vegas Dodge in 1974.
No kidding. This is a Vegas-born car?
And she was in her 60s, almost 70 when she bought it.
No kidding. Wow. So you get it, and then you got to put like the Road Runner stickers on here.
Yeah.
And then back here, this was part of the Satellite.
Yeah, it said Plymouth on it either way. But the Plymouth, the Road Runner on the side and the stripes, of course, were just impossible to put on there, to get them to meet, because you got to put each side on individually.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be very careful to make sure they meet in the middle.
Oh, very, very meticulous.
You got to.
One guy's sight is off. You meet in the middle, like.
Yeah, then you're in trouble.
I didn't even think of that. We open up look inside? Gene, let's go inside here. I don't want to ding anything here. What an amazing garage, too, by the way.
Thanks.
So you get the Road Runner beep beep.
Steering wheel, it's got the horn. Yeah, we went all the way with it. But driveline, we changed everything.
It's really cool. I love, we came here to focus on the Ram Chargers, which we're gonna do, but when you see this Road Runner, and I wonder how many people watching it picked up right away that it was a clone? I wouldn't know. It looks so good.
Only a couple of, maybe a handful of people have noticed, when I take it out. But, I don't try to hide the fact that it's a clone. Made a couple little different touches on it. We tucked the bumpers, changed out the turn signals to put them in there, little things like that. But for the most part, it's basic 74 Road Runner.
Can we see under the hood?
Yes, we can. That's where it makes all the difference.
Here's the thing, though. The most famous 1974 Plymouth Road Runner.
Daisy Duke.
Daisy Duke. Daisy.
And I thought about doing it yellow.
Oh, it was yellow. Yes, it was the yellow one.
But I said, no, I got to do it the black. It just worked out better for me. There's your Road Runner horn.
Right down here. Here we go. Right down there. And, so where'd you find that? That was also
I got on eBay. I got that off of eBay. And for driveline, we went with 2000 Dakota RT. So this is a 5.9, a late model 5.9 Magnum motor. But to give it the right look, I converted it over to carburetor and electronic ignition instead of fuel injection, just to give it the right look. But everything else is 2000 RT. And it's got the 4-speed overdrive behind it. And then we went with 8 3/4 in the back. And this thing goes down the highway beautifully. It'll just cruising down the road 80 miles an hour all day.
That's great.
And of course, air conditioning,
Sure.
the whole nine. As you know, we live in Vegas.
You need that. And by the way, this garage here, it's about 105 outside right now. This is nice and cool in here.
It's not bad.
This is great, man.
Swamp coolers. If people know what swamp coolers are, people in Vegas know what swamp coolers are. I didn't know when I moved here. I don't know if you did, but I moved here. I was like, what's a swamp cooler? And now I found out, I love it. It's great.
And by the way, Howard, 20 years in the Air Force. Thank you for your service. And then after that, 20 years here in Las Vegas with the fire department.
As a fire inspector, yep.
That's fantastic.
Yep, enjoyed every minute of it.
And now here you are with an amazing garage. All right, let's turn our attention now to the Ram Charger, 1987. This is one, I saw some photos as well. This thing was like in a graveyard ready to go to its final resting place. And you rescued this, and what'd you do to it? It looks great.
Well, like I say, we did start off with a solid vehicle. It was another Vegas vehicle, and so it was solid, rust-free, but yeah, it had been abused. It had been sitting out in the sun a long time, had a few dents in it. But I saw it in a guy's yard, and I realized it was a 2-wheel drive, which is kind of hard to come by in a Ram Charger. And as luck would have it, when I was in the midst of building a Blazer, a 2-wheel drive Blazer, and I'm about halfway through the project, and I saw this, and it just dawned on me. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not a Chevy guy. I'm a Dodge guy. Why am I building a Blazer? And I put the Blazer up for sale, and of course, it sold in one day. And I went straight over and bought this and started on this project. And I'm happy I did. I think this really stands out in the crowd.
It really does. You and I were talking about it, and they sent me some pictures of it. And the Ram Charger, so yeah, the Dodge comes out with the Ram Charger to compete against the Blazer, to compete against the Bronco. They were in existence from 1974 up until 1993. This is Gen 2, which is from, I think, 81 to 93.
Yes.
So this is Gen 2. I think the Ram Charger's a really cool SUV.
I always liked them. I liked them with the window curving up into the roof. I always thought that was a slick idea.
I'm a fan of curved glass, and this is a huge window in the back here. And did you keep, oh yes you did. This is something really neat with the Ram Charger. It's like the vent you'd find in an RV in the back of the Ram Charger right there. That's a cool little thing.
But something about that just annoyed me from day one.
Right, really?
Is that it's manual. So I just thought, if it's a hot day, I gotta open the hatch, and I gotta hit it, open it, and then get in the car and drive it. So I fixed that.
Did you really?
And I had to. So I set it up to where it's power. Because you gotta have a power vent.
That is great.
I hooked it all up.
If Dodge thought of these things back in the in the 80s and early 90s, this Ram Charger would not have gone away. These little luxuries. Can we pull it out?
Sure.
And see it in the sun and maybe do a walk around? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate the air-conditioned garage, but when the sun hits this thing, it pops.
Yeah, silver, it's kind of a special coat on that paint, actually. I don't know if I should close that.
Now, is this a custom paint job, or is this an actual color you can get with the Ram Charger? With the Gen 2?
No, this wasn't the actual silver that it was originally. We spiced it up a little bit with some metal flake, and or metallic, I should say. And yeah, we got a code for the color I wanted, and gave it to the guy. And both the codes are changed a little bit, but this was a two-tone gray and silver. But we kind of modified the colors a little bit, made them a little shinier, I guess.
It does have a shine to it. Let's see the interior. What a really cool SUV. When you got this, your mind was to go low, not go high?
Yes, yeah, that's why I went with the two-wheel drive. It's like, let's do it right.
Let's get inside here, Gene. Tell us what'd you do to the interior?
Well, I made a few modifications inside. I went with the white face gauges for starters, and then I had to swap out the speedometer, of course, because the Hemi with the overdrive has electronic speedometer, so I had to swap the speedometer to a 93 so it would work with the drive line.
Okay.
Then I moved all the heater controls down so that I could get the doubled-in stereo, backup camera, GPS in the dash.
Fully loaded, I like it.
And then we went with the 73 Challenger steering wheel to keep the Mopar theme alive. And went with 2016 Dodge Charger seats.
I was going to say, the seats are not from 1987. These are from a Dodge Charger?
Dodge Charger, 2016 Charger.
Power seats, which is it's a nice luxury to have.
12-way power seats.
Is the center console the original one?
Yes.
Okay.
But I made them cup holders a little bigger so they actually work.
But this was the original one from 1987.
Yep.
The center console and the Ram Charger, it's really cool because in Gen 1, it was big enough, it was built to be an ice chest. So you can dump ice in there, put your drinks in here, and then with Gen 2, later on, they had it built where it had a holder for your gun. So you can hold your gun down here. So Gen 1, you can have an ice chest, and then Gen 2, later models, like 91, 92, 93, you could actually have a compartment to keep your gun down here. Huh. That is very SUV-ish, yeah. Back seat, is it back here?
I took the back seat out because I have dogs, so my dogs love riding, cruising around with me, so the whole back is open and it's all theirs. In the back, the wife and I did all the upholstery, and I don't know if you can see it, but within the upholstery, we embossed the Mopar emblems all in the...
You did, yes you did.
Into the upholstery. I don't know if you can see it.
You certainly can, and on the back there too. I love these little nuances you did inside this.
It's the little things that make the difference, I think.
It's your own personal touch to this thing. Can we see under the hood?
Sure. That's where the jewelry is.
Whoa. This thing moves then, huh?
It drives pretty good. It drives really well. Amazingly, we did the weight check on it, and I didn't realize that the truck this came out of weighed almost exactly 2,000 pounds more than this does.
Did it really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, four-door Ram, truck is 6,600 pounds, and this is 4,700.
Is that when did you buy that truck too just for the motor, or did you buy the motor?
Yes, I bought a whole 05 Ram that was crashed, and we took the engine tranny, throttle, everything we could use off of it, we took off of it.
When you're doing this, when you get this, is this your vision when you're building it, or is it kind of like coming together as you're working on the car?
Well, right from Jump Street, I was thinking I want to go Hemi, but I didn't have any idea how to do it, to be quite honest. And and I'm an old school kind of carburetors kind of guy, and I was really scared of the whole fuel injection, all this kind of thing. And got a hold of these guys over at what used to be DIY Hemi, is now called Sublime Technologies.
Okay, right here, yeah.
And they have a whole stream of videos on the internet, and it shows you right from day one how to do the whole swap.
No kidding.
They sell you all the parts. They sell you these things to convert the air conditioning so it'll work with your stock air conditioning. They sold them, Holly does the motor mounts, the headers, and the cross members. And then they direct you to where you have to go to buy the stuff, and then they sell the black box to make it standalone run.
Got it.
And they walked me through the whole thing. I couldn't have done it without those guys. And with their help, it was simple. It dropped right in.
He says it was simple. You're a genius, I can tell. You're a genius when it comes to this stuff.
I don't know about that, but those guys were just a huge resource. And they know this stuff in and out.
Ram Charger, before they came up with the name Ram Charger, they were going to call it the Rhino.
Really?
Which sounds really like it's a rhino, but their concern was that a rhino also sounds very slow. And so they went with Ram Charger. There's the Ram Chargers, the famous racing team, but they go with Ram Charger, which is, I mean, that's a really cool name.
I didn't know that. And then we nicknamed this one the Ramrod.
The Ramrod, I saw the plates, it's great.
Figured it's half Ram, half Hot Rod.
Yeah, the
Ramrod. So,
Howard, I
we
love
stole
it,
the
man.
letters off of it.
It's really cool. And you can see, too, the curved glass. We talked about it inside, but it's just something, this is a lot of glass for 1987.
Big piece of glass.
Yeah, it really is. And that's still the original piece of glass, right?
Yeah, it's all original stuff.
Right there.
And it's very hard to find parts for these is a problem.
I'm sure.
Some of the trim on it needs to be replaced, but as soon as I find it, I'll replace it.
I think there's a market for these. They stopped making them in 1993, and I think people are starting to rediscover how cool the Ram Charger was.
I think they're gonna get more popular as the Blazers get more and more out of reach is part of it. They're just they've gotten so expensive. But the good news with the Blazer, the folks that have them, they make everything for a Blazer. Where they, you know, as I say, it's hard to find parts for these. But I think they'll become more popular.
Can we go for a ride in one of them?
Sure. Either one, both. It's up to you.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we go for a ride in the Ram Charger? But can we pull the Road Runner out and see it in the sun?
Sure.
All right, here we go. I can already feel the comforts of the seat.
They're pretty comfortable.
AC.
Oh yeah.
So is this also a Vegas-born car? Do you know?
That I don't know. I don't really have the history on it. Come on now. There we go. But it was in Vegas long enough for the sun to destroy the interior.
That's the thing. That Vegas sun, people forget. We're in the middle of the desert. That sun beating down on it. It's 115 in the summertime.
Yeah, it just destroys the interior. So, of course, you know, everything on the interior had to be replaced.
This is neat, man. Thank you for taking your time to show us this.
I love showing it off. This, once we get all the bugs worked out of it, this will be my daily driver.
Oh, well? Can I put the window down to get a shot? Is it this one here? That is one fast window.
They're all new motors, everything. We rebuilt everything in the doors.
But did 87, this came with power windows,
Yeah, this
right?
had power windows.
That's nice.
But the unusual, I guess, thing about it that I didn't like, it came with power locks, but no keyless entry. So it's like, why would you have a two-door with power locks and not put keyless entry into it? So I put a module in the door so it now has keyless entry.
Keyless entry?
Yeah.
You have all the modern amenities that you need in this thing.
That's what I like. You know, let's make it fun to drive, make it nice to drive. Why would you want to not have it like that?
Yep, it's got some power. We're in line with that motor.
It does okay. I don't know if you wanted that part of it.
No, that's perfect. You kidding me? That felt good.
Okay, just checking.
I want to show everyone how quick this window is.
Okay.
I mean, that is a fast window. It's the little things that I pick up on.
That's the only Chevy in the shop. That's my wife's truck.
Is your wife's truck?
Yeah, she's into it too. And this is hers. I built her a 48 and all patinaed one. It was a beautiful truck, 48 GMC. And unfortunately, somebody wanted it way worse than I did, and they made me an insane offer on it, so I had to sell it. But I made her this one as a replacement truck, and I think this one's way nicer. That whole thing, that
that looks great too. Yeah, you can see it on the side here too. The paint.
Oh, it's in beautiful condition. Yeah, we kind of messed around with the paint. We call that blue suede.
That's a really cool color.
And it's on bags, you know, S10 chassis bag, 350, 700 R4, you know, 4-link, the whole 9 yards. Air conditioning, of course, everything's got air conditioning.
Sure, yeah,
Heat, air, you know, the whole 9. Yep.
1974 Plymouth Road Runner. Yeah, this thing really, really looks spectacular in the sun. You weren't kidding about that color.
Well, and the fun part with this is at night, all the stripes on it are reflective.
Are they really? Yeah.
So at night it looks like it has white stripes, or like bright white silver, bright silver stripes on it. But during the day, in the shade anyways, they look black.
This looks cool. Again, compared to what you had it when that white Satellite. In 74 was the last year they made the Satellites.
Yeah, that was last year for this this body style. Yeah, 73, 74, and then then they went off and did that Aspen Road Runner or whatever it was down the road, and I don't think they were as popular.
Such a difference between Gen 1, which we just did an episode on a couple episodes back, to Gen 2, kind of the wider, bubbly body style.
Yeah, I think they call it a Coke bottle.
Oh yeah.
Coke bottle.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Awesome. Beautiful. Well, Howard, thank you so much for your service. Thank you for protecting our city too, but working with the fire department, and thanks for showing your collection. This is really cool.
Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it.
If you want your car, shop, or collection featured on the show, then shoot us an email at carshopsandcollections@gmail.com. That's carshopsandcollections@gmail.com. And thanks for watching, and be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes of Cars, Shops, and Collections.